Now, what you're looking at now is a photo of Bruce Willis. Why is Bruce Willis being shown on this video? Because Bruce Willis is thinking of suing Apple over his iTunes library. And, you know, if you haven't heard about this story, basically he's concerned about who owns his huge library that he's purchased, and rightfully so. If I'd spent millions or thousands of dollars on media, I'd want to have exclusive rights to my material as well. Well, he's actually raising his eyebrow and making his voice heard over the issue. He wants to know if he is able to will his media to his quote-unquote children once he passes. It's a legitimate question. And it's one of those questions that I've wanted to talk about this for a while, especially with the next generation coming upon us, the 8th generation console war, with the Wii U coming, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox 720. DRM will be a major factor. It will be. Now, some of us believe that DRM is the future. Some of us believe that physical media will never go away. There are pros and cons to both sides. All that I ask is that you take this into consideration and give your input on the subject. I'm guilty of times of being a hypocrite because I like digital distribution sometimes. I like the ease of it. Anyone who's ever used Steam, I'm sure, or Xbox Live, well, maybe not Xbox Live, it's so cotton picking slow. Well, the PlayStation Network's slow too, downloading games. But you get the general gist. Anyone who's used iTunes, Amazon, the Android marketplace, we're all consumers who have used the digital distribution model. Most of us could say that we like the ease of it. Most of us will be safe to say we can actually agree on that. The ease of using that model was 100% awesome. However, not actually owning the physical piece of media, hardware, etc., boy, that's a pain in the ass. And it's stories like this that actually make you stop and think to yourself, crap. Do I really own anything? Do I really have rights to the content that I've purchased? And as we all know, in the fine print of every piece of hardware, software, etc., that you purchase, there's always these fine print limitations. Do we own content as long as we are willing to give in to whatever the company tells us? We've already seen examples of that with Xbox Live terms of service, PlayStation Network terms of service. You own the game, but you can't play the game online unless you're willing to agree to our terms. And that's just with online play. What happens when that model changes and it becomes, you may own the game, but you are not allowed to play the game until you agree to our terms of service? It's a scary thought. Will we become victims of our own creation, in the sense that we want things easier? We do. We don't want or like to have to wait for anything. That's just part of our society now. Is this the direction we want things to go? Like I said before, I'm guilty of both, but I love ownership of my own games because I hate the thought of anyone telling me what I can or can't do with my game. I do. It pisses me off. I bought the game. If I want to throw it across the street, you know what? I should be able to do it. If I want to give it to someone, I feel that I have the right to do it with that piece of software that I purchased, my individual copy of it. So, this is just my thoughts on the subject. Let me know what you think. Looking forward to some of the responses and more content to come. Talk to you soon.